It says we have 2 viewers. Hello and welcome back. We're here on Giving Tuesday doing a bunch of really fun live streams with our fellows and speakers across the country. Right now, I want to welcome Christina Liu to the stage. Christina, before we kick this off, what is the weirdest thing you learned in the pandemic?
The weirdest thing I learned in this pandemic is probably something that many of us have also done, which is to keep sourdough alive for any time more than a month. So
congratulations with that.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for joining us. Christina, take it away.
So, hello, my name is Christina Liu. I am a fellow from San Francisco. And let me pull up my notes. So, I'm here to talk about trees that are old as fuck, the Bristlecone Pines. So, Bristlecone pine, also known as Pinus longavia, and this is my first show and tell, and I can show you this pine cone. Now, the bristlecone pine gets its name from these cones. And if you look, hopefully you can see, there's a tiny little claw at the end of each one of these pine scales. And that's where these cones get their namesake from. These trees are the oldest single trees in the world. Now, I know some of you people are going to say, what about Pando? Well, the Pando aspen grove, while very, very old, they're considered one singular organism because all of the trees are genetically identical. So they are not a single tree. Now, with bristlecone pines, when they yell YOLO, their low is for thousands of years. The oldest bristlecone pine on record is named Methuselah. This tree is 4,852 years old, which is heckin' old. So the tree is indeed somewhere in this photo, but the exact location is hidden for its own protection. Now, it is a hard knock life for these trees. The soil is nutrient sparse and very alkaline, and this scant water leads to extremely slow growth. So for some of these trees, it actually takes about 50 years to grow 1 foot, or 30.5 centimeters if you're nasty. I mean, metric. So how can you tell which trees are truly, truly old? So if you look at these trees, the super old ones, most of the tree is dead. So as long as there is a 1 to 2 inch strip of bark that runs from the trunk all the way to the root system, this tree can stay alive. And these trees are so darn tough that disease doesn't really kill them. They mostly die because the mountain crumbles away from erosion, which exposes their roots and thus killing them. Now, the harsher the conditions, the slower the growth, the denser the wood. And this dense wood is the key to unlocking breakthroughs in radiocarbon dating technology. For radiocarbon dating technology in the 1960s, it was not very accurate. And with carbon dating, we know that things that were once living have known quantities of carbon-14 and carbon-12 in them that we can measure to derive its age. Now, in the 60s, discrepancies were showing up in artifacts of quote, known verified ages. So, for example, Bronze Age items were showing up as Iron Age items and vice versa. And this was happening because we did not have an accurate way of calibrating these measurements. But if only, somehow we had an accurate record of carbon going back thousands of years. And they found out that these trees were the key to unlocking that. And by coring the trees that are still alive or of unknown age, we can accurately measure the levels of carbon-14 and carbon-12 in them because we can count the rings on these trees. Because as we know, trees grow 1 ring a year. And so because of these trees, artifacts all over the world were reclassified and accurately dated. You can go visit these trees in the White Mountain in California. There's Bristlecone Pines elsewhere as well, but the closest one to me is in the White Mountain. And there you can go on a hike and spend some cash on their gift shop by buying your very own Bristlecone Pine seedling. So if you live for thousands of years, you too can have a tree. And speaking of spending cash at intimate venues of learning, please donate money to Salon this Giving Tuesday. The place to go is bit.ly/oddgiving. And if I see you at a future salon, please let me know if you donate money, because then I can bring this pine cone to future salons or other social events, and you can selfie with a pine cone that might be as old as you are. So thank you, and cheers.
Thank you so much, Christina. It's been great having you on this live stream. What is your favorite fact about the bristlecone pine?
Oh, that they grow insanely slow. Like everything about them grows so slow, like super slowly. Like their pine needles take like 40 years to grow.
That's incredible. I hadn't actually realized that it extended all the way to the pine needles.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you everyone who joined us online. Don't forget to donate bit.ly/oddgiving, and we will see you later. Oh, at 3:30, we have Laura coming with the history of Jell-O and a Q&A. Thank you all. Bye.